in order to maintain our lifestyle in the north and our level of consumption, we are ready for anything. Create fake money which doesn't exist, so selling bonds to China or to Saudi Arabia, that we did for many, many years, trading with them some, again, money which doesn't exist, and of course, launching wars against countries because we want to keep control over the resources of these countries, and why? Just for us to be able to waste in the north, food, resources, how much the quantity of food that we waste, not individually, that we do too, we waste individually food and that, but at the country level, how much food and resources we waste every year, it's unbelievable. It's like, we could honestly, we could take all this loss and bring it to the south. We would probably end poverty as well, but that's the system that we created. We feel that everything is great if we can waste and not count and grow. That's the principle. And it's why at the end of the film, as you saw, we bring a lot of solutions from agrarian reform and this and that, and ending the monopoly of natural resources and so on and so forth. But the Serge Latouche, the French expert, brings at the end the concept of degrowth. Because if we are in this situation where we can't regenerate anymore the planet's resources by over-consuming, unless we degrow, of course we will kill, as I was saying, more and more people in the south, but they will never be able to grow. So the only way is to degrow, and degrowth doesn't mean necessarily, eating less and driving less. It means changing our way of thinking of our lifestyle. It means maybe, working less, number one. If you work 12 hours a day, I would say, what if you were working 4 or 5 hours a day and have much more time to do other things? So maybe you would consume less, but maybe you would consume better as well. You would maybe consume locally grown product rather than internationally shipped product or these kind of things. So we have to, this kind of expert, Serge Latouche is one of the leaders of this degrowth movement in Europe. He thinks that we are going to a major catastrophe. And he thinks that, we are not intelligent enough to recognize that, and it will have to explode everywhere, where nothing will work anymore. And when we are like with nothing anymore, we will be forced to rebuild a system which is sustainable, and which is based on on balance in the world. And I hope he's wrong, but he's convinced. He told me, it's not in the film, but he told me, I wake up every morning wondering if it's for today or for tomorrow. This explosion, meaning, of course, an image, it's not for tomorrow, but it's very close. It's funny to think that when we started to do this interview, it was a 3 years project. So when we started to do this interview in 2006, some of these experts were already saying we are going toward a major economic crisis. Like many of the experts in the film. So when it happened, and it was the real estate bubble, and we heard all the traditional American experts say, oh, we had no idea, we didn't know, we could not have seen that coming, it's blah, blah, blah. It's not serious, And that's another thing that the movie is going toward, is toward this traditional expert or traditional economist, who are brainwashing everybody by saying this kind of thing. Doesn't matter if it's mosquito nets and fertilizer, or the market will solve everything, or trickle-down economic theory. All the people who come in the US, mainly from the School of Chicago, thinking that Milton Friedman was a great hero of the economies. Like, where are we? It's insanity, honestly.